Men, I want to have a straightforward talk with you today about something most of us never bring up at the dinner table, and often not even with our doctors. Do you still pleasure yourself after 50 or 60? And if so, have you ever paused mid-thought and wondered, is this still good for me? I meet many men in my practice who quietly carry that question. Some are afraid it's harming their hormones. Others worry about their prostate. A few even fear it's somehow weakening them for real intimacy. The problem is, they're trying to make sense of it all in the dark, navigating a maze of old myths, half-truths, and internet rumors. I'm Dr. Marissa Blake, and today, we're going to turn the lights on. I'm going to share what the science actually says about masturbation in your later years. Not only the 10 proven benefits that can help keep you healthier, but also the 10 real risks that can trip you up if you're not careful. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly how to make this private habit work for your body, your mind, and yes, even your long-term vitality. As we move through our 50s, 60s, and beyond, our bodies change in ways we can't always see, and those changes naturally affect sexual health. Testosterone levels tend to decline. Blood vessels can lose some of their flexibility. The prostate may enlarge. Erections might not be as firm or as long-lasting as they used to be. That's where the question about masturbation takes on a new weight. In your 20s or 30s, it's often just about pleasure and release. But later in life, men begin to wonder if this habit is helping or slowly doing harm. The truth is, the conversation is clouded by decades of cultural baggage. Some grew up hearing it would make you go blind or lose your strength. Others were told it's a sign of weakness or a substitute for a real relationship. And because so few men speak openly about it, those doubts can grow quietly in the background. Here's what I want you to know from the start. Masturbation itself isn't automatically good or bad. It's a tool, and like any tool, its effect depends on how you use it. The science shows it can play a powerful role in protecting your health, but there are also risks if it's done without awareness or balance. That's why we're going to break it down. First, the 10 surprising ways this private act can strengthen your body, mind, and sexual health, even decades after your prime. The 10 benefits of masturbation. After 60, benefit 1. Keeps your penis strong and responsive. Think of your penis as more than an organ. It's also a system of spongy chambers and smooth muscles. When you get an erection, blood surges into the corpora cavernosa, stretching and filling them much like inflating a balloon. This inflation is vital exercise. Without it, those tissues can lose flexibility over time, a condition called penile fibrosis. That's when erections feel weaker or fade faster. Masturbation provides a natural workout. It helps maintain elasticity, improves the ability to trap blood, and keeps the entire erectile mechanism in good working order. It's like taking your car for a regular drive instead of letting it sit in the garage and rust. Benefit 2. Supports. Prostate health. Your prostate is a walnut-sized gland that produces much of your semen. When it's not regularly emptied, old fluid and potentially harmful substances can build up. Research, including studies from Harvard, suggests that frequent ejaculation may help flush the gland, lowering the risk of prostate cancer. Think of it like taking out the trash before it starts to smell. Regular cleansing keeps the prostate environment healthier and may help prevent inflammation or cell damage. Benefit 3. Strengthens the pelvic floor. Beneath your pelvis lies a hammock of muscles that support your bladder, bowels, and sexual organs. During orgasm, these muscles, especially the pubococcygeus, contract rhythmically. That's exercise. Over time, stronger pelvic floor muscles mean better erection firmness, improved control over ejaculation, and fewer leaks when you cough or sneeze. It's strength training you don't even need a gym for. Benefit 4. Lowers stress and protects your heart. When life's pressures build up, your body pumps out cortisol, the stress hormone. Chronically high cortisol can raise blood pressure, disrupt sleep, and speed up aging. The good news? Orgasm triggers an immediate drop in cortisol, almost like a pressure valve releasing steam. This helps calm your nervous system, protect your cardiovascular health, and give your mind a chance to reset. Benefit 5. Boosts your mood naturally. After climax, your brain releases a cocktail of feel-good chemicals: dopamine for pleasure, oxytocin for connection, and endorphins for calm. Even if you're alone, this neurochemical rush can leave you feeling more optimistic, motivated, and emotionally balanced. Benefit 6. Improves self-awareness of your body. Regular self-pleasure means you notice changes. You might feel a new lump, see a change in skin color, or sense less sensitivity. This early detection can be crucial for spotting issues like testicular problems or circulation changes before they become serious. Benefit 7. Improves sleep quality. Post-orgasm. The combination of oxytocin, prolactin, and reduced cortisol creates a state of deep relaxation. This can make it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep without tossing and turning. Benefit 8. Enhances blood flow in the pelvic area. Beyond the penis, masturbation increases circulation throughout the pelvic region. That extra blood flow nourishes the bladder, prostate, and surrounding muscles, keeping tissues oxygenated and reducing stiffness. Benefit 9. Trains ejaculatory control. If you've ever felt climax happen sooner than you'd like during partnered sex, solo practice can be a training ground. Techniques like the stop-start method help you learn your body's signals so you can last longer when it matters. Benefit 10. Keeps desire alive. Your brain is your largest sex organ. Regular sexual activity, even solo, helps keep the neural circuits of arousal active. This can preserve libido, responsiveness, and sexual confidence well into your later decades. One of the most powerful things about these benefits is that they don't exist in isolation. They build on each other, like gears in the same engine. When you improve pelvic blood flow, you're not just helping your erections. You're also nourishing the prostate, feeding the pelvic floor muscles, and supporting bladder health. Strengthening those muscles doesn't only improve climax control, it also reduces leakage, which in turn boosts confidence in daily life. Stress reduction works in a similar chain reaction. Lower cortisol protects your heart, helps you sleep better, and reduces inflammation throughout your body. And when you sleep better, your testosterone levels stay healthier, which supports sexual function. Even the psychological effects ripple outward. When you feel more connected to your body, more confident in your erections, and more in control of your timing, that confidence often carries into relationships, work, and overall mood. Think of masturbation in maturity as a multi-tool. Used mindfully, it can strengthen your physical structure, sharpen your sexual reflexes, and improve your emotional resilience all at once. But as with any tool, there's a right way and a wrong way to use it, which is why we now need to talk about the other side of the coin, the risks and potential downsides you should watch for, and how to avoid them. The 10 risks of masturbation. After 60, risk 1, social isolation. Masturbation becomes a problem when it replaces human intimacy instead of complementing it. If solo activity begins to feel easier than connection, it can slowly erode your desire to seek relationships. The fix is awareness. Make sure your private time supports, not substitutes, your social and romantic life. Risk 2, skin irritation and micro-tears. Too much friction, especially without lubrication, can cause small tears in the skin. These micro-injuries may sting, create redness, or even open the door to infections. Use a gentle touch and a water-based lubricant to protect your skin. Risk 3, desensitization to partnered touch. Always using the same pressure and rhythm can train your brain and body to respond only to that specific sensation. This makes partner sex feel less satisfying. Break the pattern by changing speed, grip, or even your position to keep your body adaptable. Risk 4. Hiding underlying erectile problems. If you can perform alone but not with a partner, it might be tempting to ignore the issue. But this can be an early warning sign of conditions like heart disease, diabetes, or low testosterone. If you notice this difference, talk to your doctor rather than masking the symptom. Risk 5. Nerve compression from poor posture. Sitting hunched over on a hard surface can compress the pudendal nerve, the nerve that carries sensation from your genitals. Over time, this can cause numbness or tingling. Practice in a position that supports your back and pelvis, like lying down with a pillow under your knees. Risk 6. Using it as your only emotional coping tool. If masturbation becomes your primary way of dealing with stress, boredom, or frustration, it can turn into a crutch. Over time, this may crowd out healthier coping methods like exercise, socializing, or meditation. Keep it as one tool in a broader emotional toolkit, not the only one. Risk 7. Guilt and shame. Many men were raised with cultural or religious messages that painted self-pleasure as wrong. Even decades later, those beliefs can linger, creating unnecessary guilt. This emotional weight can lead to stress, secrecy, and a poor relationship with your own sexuality. If that's you, working with a sex-positive therapist can help reframe those beliefs into something healthier. Risk 8. Pelvic congestion. While occasional ejaculation supports prostate health, doing it excessively, multiple times a day over long periods, can cause a heavy, aching feeling in the testicles or pelvic region. This is a sign to slow down and let your body recover. Risk 9. Temporary reduction in sperm quality. If you and your partner are trying to conceive, daily ejaculation can lower sperm concentration in the short term. For the best odds, research suggests waiting 2 to 5 days between releases. Risk 10. Unrealistic expectations from porn. If all your sexual activity is paired with highly edited or extreme pornography, it can distort your expectations and make real-life intimacy feel less exciting. Balance is key. Use your imagination, memories, or sensual materials that align with reality to keep connection authentic. Immediate action plan. If you take away only one thing from this conversation, let it be this: your body responds best to balance. Here's how you can start today. First, aim for a frequency that feels good without leaving you sore, fatigued, or uninterested in partner intimacy. For many men over 60, that might mean once every few days, but listen to your body's signals rather than following a strict number. Second, pay attention to technique and comfort. Use lubrication to protect your skin, vary your rhythm and pressure to keep sensitivity fresh, and choose positions that support your lower back and pelvic region. Third, make it part of a broader sexual wellness routine. Combine self-pleasure with pelvic floor exercises, regular physical activity, and open communication with your partner. These elements work together to maintain sexual function, emotional health, and overall vitality. Finally, treat this as a check-in with your body. If you notice changes in sensation, erection strength, or pelvic comfort, don't ignore them. That's valuable health information, and it's your cue to talk with your doctor. The key is simple. Make this private habit work for you, not against you. So here's the bottom line. Masturbation after 60 isn't about right or wrong. It's about how you approach it. When practiced with moderation, variety, and awareness, it can be a powerful ally for your health, your confidence, and your connection to your own body. But if it's done mindlessly or replaces real human connection, it can quietly chip away at your well-being. Think of it as a tool. Used well, it keeps blood flowing, muscles strong, stress lower, and desire alive. Used poorly, It can bring isolation, strain, or unrealistic expectations. The choice and the power is yours. If this conversation opened your eyes, let me know in the comments. Which benefit or risk surprised you the most? Your feedback helps me shape future videos that truly matter to you. And if you haven't already, hit like, subscribe, and share this with a friend who could use some clarity on this often misunderstood topic. Your health is worth protecting, and it's never too late to make changes that keep you strong, vibrant, and connected.